Hello everyone, good morning. This is Afra Labiba Hassan, and I'm very much fortunate enough to show my research project on ACI today. So I'm doing my master's at Lakehead University under the supervision of Dr. Muntasir Billah, and my topic for today, my research topic is reducing drying, shrinkage, and microcracking in concrete using super absorbent cellulose fibers. Here are the outline of the presentations. Like throughout the presentation, we will go through the background, like why we choose this subject, and the introduction, like what kind of shrinkage are there and what's their effect on concrete structures. And then we did some literature review based on what materials affect the shrinkage, cracking, and the after effect of concrete structures. Then we have our objectives, the experimental investigation, like how many categories we divided our experiments into, and finally the results and conclusions. From the traditional concrete mix, everyone knows that, like, we use fine aggregates, coarse aggregates, different kinds of admixtures, water, cement to make our mix design. But most of the times, those mix designs, like after we create a concrete mixtures, the mix design ends up having a crack in the concrete, like it after 10 years or 15 years, and that's a cost millions of dollars, like whenever we want to repair them, and it's a hassle work. So we are talking about here, like different kinds of shrinkage and their effects on concrete. The most common shrinkage types are plastic shrinkage, drying shrinkage, autogenous shrinkage, and others. For the plastic shrinkage, it can be visible in concrete less than like few hours after casting. It happens due to the loss of moisture content, and whether as the drying shrinkage can be visible in the concrete after 24 days or like more than that days, and it's a long-term loss in the moistures when the concrete is hardens, and it happens due to the volume when the volume contracts. The other shrinkage crackings are the autogenous carbonation and thermal shrinkage. The autogenous shrinkage occurs due to the chemical shrinkage and the self-desiccations of the carbonation shrinkage reacts chemically, while the thermal shrinkage while the thermal shrinkage generally occurs due to the heating and expansion of the concrete contractions. And the effect of carbonation shrinkage occurs due to the presence of carbon dioxide, and the discrepancy between the bulk and the surface of the concrete is in the total volumes. Here are some of the factors that affect the concrete shrinkage. Some of them are like cement concrete aggregate shrinkage, reducing admixtures, fiber content, and relative humidity, water binder ratio, and so on. But here we did our literature review on some of the topics like fiber addition, cement concrete aggregate, shrinkage, reducing admixture, and water binder ratio. From the literature review, we have seen that the cement particle size and the cement concrete on shrinkage. For this cement particle size, here we can see that we use three different kinds of cement particle sizes, and whenever we saw that at the higher the cement particle size is, the shrinkage strain becomes higher by the time of the days, whereas in the cement content, the effect of cement content in the shrinkage is almost as a similar. The more the cement content, as the time passes by, the shrinkage strain goes higher. Here are the other effects of the fiber type on the shrinkage reduction. We can see that whenever we can use like different kind. From the literature review, we have seen that different types of fibers has been used to reduce the shrinkage, like steel, nylon, short carbon, and etc. But whenever we use like the carbon fibers, we can see that with addition of like simple amount like 0.19%, the shrinkage reduction can happen like 84%, whereas whenever we use steel, and nylon, it has to be like basically the steel. Whenever we use steel, we need to add a huge amount of fiber amount to get the minimum shrinkage reductions. The other part of our literature review was the aggregate content. We can see that the aggregate size and clay content plays a positive effect on the shrinkage, whereas the elastic modulus and concrete, the higher the elastic modulus, the lower the shrinkage strain is. Here are some of the research objective of our research, that is we want to reduce the concrete shrinkage by restricting the growth of shrinkage crank and also developing a low cracking concrete. For this, we introduce a new mix design, that is, with the traditional mix design we plan to use like super absorbent cellulose fiber, that is basically the kraft fiber, and it is basically 80% cellulose and 20% like semi-cellulose. And as the use of this kraft fiber, we can get the minimum crack in concrete. Some of the ratios of this absorbent are so less that the crack couldn't be visible with the microscopic also. Here is some of the features of the super absorbent cellulose. It is a kind of carbomethylhexyl of cellulose fibers, which increases the fiber's absorption capacity, and it's also retained up to 500 times of its own weight in moisture. Here is how the process we use to mixing up the cellulose with water, and then we mixed it with our traditional mix design. In the experiment, we divided our experiments into two phases. In phase one, we identify a suitable dosage range of SCF. We used 3 different kinds of SCF to reduce the concrete shrinkage, whereas in phase two, among the optimum dosage range of phase one was taken into phase two, and we did another experiments to see whether it affects the fresh and hardened properties of the concrete. Here are the gradation curves of our experiment. Before we started our strength properties test, we did gradation curve for the fine aggregates and coarse aggregates. From the gradation curves, we have found like the size of our coarse aggregate is 19 to 20 millimeter, and the fine aggregates, it's the finest modulus is around 2.74%. Here are some of the basic properties of our coarse and fine aggregates. The relative density of the coarse and fine aggregates was 2.06, and the fine aggregates was 2.69, whereas the fineness modulus was 2.74 for the fine aggregates, and the moisture content was almost the same for both aggregates, around 0.3%. Here are the other constituents of the concrete mixture. As I said earlier, we divided into our experiments into two phases, like phase one and phase two. In phase one, we used 3 different kinds of SCF mixtures, and for those SCF mixture, we use a water cement ratio of 0.31%, and whereas in phase two, we use a 0.4%. From 0.31 to 0.4% water cement ratio, we did different trial batches and get decided to be on 0.4 because it shows the optimum value with the maximum strength. And the air entraining admixture we use is almost the same for throughout the experiments. The coarse aggregate and fine aggregate changes because of the water cement ratio we use for this experiment. Here are some of the test matrix that we use on phase one. For those 3 different kinds of SCF mix, we did only compression test, and that compression test was done for 3 days and 28 days. Here is some of the process, like how we did our cylinder capping before we did the compression test. And whether in phase 2, for phase 2, we did 3 different kinds of tests like the compression test, the flexural test, the splitting test, where the batch types for this experiment was 2 types, like ACF 0.05% and ACF 0.01%. And for the compression test for phase 2, we did 3 days test, like 3 days, 7 days, and 28 days. Whereas for the flexural and splitting test, the days were only done for 28 days. Here are some of the properties of our fresh concrete. Like we can see, like in phase 1, and our slump was around 80 to 102%. The difference is huge from control to with the addition of SCF, whereas in the phase 2, the slump was around 95 to 115 millimeter. The difference between these, not very much. Those are between the 100 millimeter range, whereas the air content and of this experiments was both in phase 1 and phase 2 almost same, on an average of like around 3.6%. Here are some of the results of the experiments we did. We basically targeted to achieve 35 days, 35 MPa of concrete structures on 28 days. But from both of the pictures, we can see that we achieved our target strength both in phase 1 and phase 2 nearly within 3 and 7 days. So in short, like we can say that the addition of SCF like doesn't affect our compressive strength. It increases the compressive strength so much. Like whenever we use SCF 0.05% for our phase 1, we can see that we get compressive strength around 45 MPa on 28 days, whereas in phase 2 we get a compressive strength like for 0.1% around 40 for 28 days. But both in phase 1 and phase 2, the compression test for 28 days for SCF 0.05% are almost the same. The ratio of water cement, the different ratios of water cement ratio affects less in the compression test. Here are some other properties for our experiments that we did. For the splitting tensile strength and the flexural strength, we can see that for 28 days we did the splitting and flexural test for 28 days both in phase 1 and phase 2, but we considered only the phase 2 one over here, and here the control 2 and SCF and SCF 0.05 and 0.1%, and we see that our target was to achieve 10% of our compression test, which is 3.5 MPa, but we can see that in most cases we achieve more than that. Like if we consider the flexural strength for 28 days for SCF 0.05%, we can see that it was around 4.47%, where the tensile strength was around 3.8%, which is more than what we expected. The another part of our experiment was to do scanning electronic microscopic analysis. For this, we take out the cylinders that we use for our compression test, cut it into square pieces, and then put it in our ACM image for image analysis. To make this small specimens, we had to put them in the kerosene and put a layer over the specimen so that there won't be any scratches or anything, and the epoxy doesn't and we put an epoxy layer so that any scratch or any harm cannot do the judgment for our experiments. Here are some of the results of our ACM image analysis. Is for four different batches from ACM image analysis, we measured the crack width of our experiments from control to SCF 0.05%. We can visibly see that the crack reduced almost to null. whereas in the control one, the average crack width was around 1550 nanometer, whereas it changes on SCF 0.05 into 7.4 nanometer with only an addition of 0.01%, and the crack width reduces almost 50%. Then when we add like around 0.025, the reductions happens almost like 60%, like, and it becomes like 680 nanometer. And when we add the 0.05% of SCF mixtures, the reduction happens, it's most like almost or 70%, and it becomes like 496 nanometer. For our second experiment, for our second batch, from the control batch, we see that SCF 0.05% and gave us the ultimate result. That's why for the phase 2, we took that ratio like SCF 0.05%, and we can see that visibly the reductions happen almost 60%, like from control to SCF 0.05%, it happens like 1485 to 482 nanometer, whereas the crack reduction got less, around 291 millimeter for the 0.01%. Here is basically the summary of the results that happens in the control batches. We can see that from phase 1 and phase 2, the reductions happens like 68%, and in phase 2, for the same ratio of phase 1, the reduction happens 67, and for addition of 0.1%, the reduction happened to 80%. We did another experiments of the crack density, and we can see the similar results at the crack width. For the crack density, the reduction happened 40% from control to SCF, like, and the same thing happens for the control batch, and it reduced the crack density around 47%. For the crack density, we basically take the area, we divided the length of the crack width and divided into the area of the sample specimens. Another experiments we did was shrinkage strain. So we can see that as time passes by, for phase 2, the shrinkage strain gone higher. Like whenever we took SCF 0.05%, the shrinkage strain reductions happens around 50%. From the graph, we can see that, and we've conducted these experiments from the ASTM C157. Here is the conclusion of our experiments. From the experiments, we can see that a slightly use of SCF can reduce our concrete properties to a huge extent, whereas the cost of the SCF is not that much. For 1 meter cube concrete batch, it only costs us 18 cents to 18 cents. So that's basically not much, whereas the whereas the creating when we try to maintain our structures after a long time cost us $1 million. So in short, we can give our suggestion as the use of 0.05% SCF with a water treatment ratio of 0.4, or is the so far the highest one we get for shrinkage reductions. And we are trying to do another experiments to get more good results. So that's the acknowledgement I like to make, like, who helped me through doing my experiments. And that's for all today. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.